Hey guys, welcome back to some more F1 2019 and part 7 of our Williams career mode. Today we have Monaco, which is going to be an interesting one because of this reason. It's raining. It's raining in qualifying, it's raining in the race, it's raining in Monaco. This is going to be a tough one, it really is. And I hate Monaco at the best of times. Good luck to me today.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today?
Well, here we come then round the final corner. It's not as wet as you might think. And we're going to come up to the line. What's it going to be? It's not a bad lap. 129.2. Which is 8th place for the moment, and we'll certainly take that for now. We've put plenty of fuel in the car, so we're going to have plenty of goes to at it, you know, as we increase our confidence around the circuit. You know, hopefully we can go out there and get through Q2. It's looking good at the moment. Well, here we come up to the line. It's a very good lap, 6/10 quicker.
That last lap puts you
And
into
that
P8.
puts us up to 8th once again. And we're slowly getting more and more confidence here, although we've lost a bit of our front wing, so we'll have to come in and replace that. So here we are then, coming round the final corner for our third flying lap, and look how fast we are, 1.1 seconds up on our previous best time. And that sails through into Q2. Very good lap. Oh, well, 16s were out. I can't believe that. And there must have been a bunch of guys out on the track behind us. We went across the line and set a 128.2. And crazily enough, that's enough to be out. 1.5 seconds off the pace of the leader, Sebastian Vettel. But yeah, we're out in Q1. Wasn't expecting that. After that lap, I think we went well up into the top 10, but we've dropped down, and that's what happens. And yeah, I mean, it's a good job we set that lap, because otherwise we'd have been in 20th. So everybody was out there setting times, apparently. Bottas was quite low down, but yeah, the race is going to be interesting tomorrow. The good thing is we have out-qualified George Russell again, which is good for the rivalry. But let's hand over to David Croft and Anthony Davidson, because I'm terrified for this Monaco Grand Prix.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We already see the lowest average speeds of the season here at the Circuit de Monaco, and they'll be even lower in the difficult conditions today. 19 corners make up this famous 2-mile track, and with the rain, it'll be even harder than usual to get that critical heat into the tyres. Don't be surprised if we see a safety car at some point during the Grand Prix. Joining us today to oversee all the thrills and spills, it's Anthony Davidson. And great to see you. How are you feeling about the race today, and how are the circuit conditions from what you've seen?
Well, the surface looks clean enough, but I'm a little bit worried about the track temperature. It's pretty cool out there, which could give some teams difficulties when it comes to keeping their tyres in the right operating window. The cars out there that work their tyres hard and really put a lot of energy through them, they'll be the ones that are better off.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Sebastian Vettel will start on pole. Fantastic qualifying from the multiple world champion, and it's Lewis Hamilton alongside. Moving on to the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Leclerc, Max Verstappen, and Gasly, Grosjean, Ricciardo, Magnussen, and Nico Hülkenberg, Perez, Sainz, Devon Butler, and Raikkonen, Stroll, the captain, Lando Norris, and George Russell. Weber and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
No heroics into Sandoval, please. We're in amongst the pack and just need to stay in one piece.
Well then, it's race day in Monaco, and boy am I feeling stressed for this one. We are starting on intermediate tyres, interestingly enough, so it can't be that bad. Or at least that's what I'm telling myself, so... 10,000 is about the right rev limit. Somebody told me about that. I had no idea that was a feature, and it must have been a thing for the last 3 or 4 years that it's been on, and I've just never noticed it before. But thank you to whoever it was that let me know, and hopefully our starts will be a little bit better now. But yeah, Monaco, it's going to be a real tough one, a real battle, and our second wet race in a row. And I mean, you've got to expect that some cars are going to crash today. Surely we're not going to have a totally clean race. We're going to have safety car, you would imagine, at some point. We've hit Stroll. It's because everybody's stuck. So let's skip the formation lap because everybody's stuck anyway. And we'll get into the Grand Prix, but no, it's gonna be tough. Lights out, away we go, and we were too busy thinking about the revs, and we've dropped to the back of the field. Although I see carbon fibre flying everywhere, we're gonna try and stay on the inside of Alexander Albon. I think the key at the start of this race is going to be... Oh, for goodness sake. No. We're not having that. I'm not taking that damage throughout this whole Grand Prix. I nearly did it again. Goodness sake. But I think we're just going to stay back from the pack at the start of this Grand Prix. And hey ho, if it gets too boring, I might just retire, to be honest. Because this is going to be a real horror show of a Grand Prix. And this is what I mean, everybody's stuck. I'm going to go down the inside. There's yellow flags. But we have got past Albon, which is at least a positive. But yeah, not the best of starts for us. It's all going to be about whether we can keep up with people in this Grand Prix, I think. Or maybe a chance. Not quite. We're just glued to the back of Weber as we go into lap 5 of this Grand Prix, but they've just got such better acceleration out of the corners because our gearbox is shot to pieces, apparently. If we have a little look, maybe we'll see 70% wear, and we've got Albon trying his luck. Well, side by side, we managed to stay in front just about. That means we lose position on these guys up ahead, but it's going to be a long, boring Grand Prix at this rate. Well, side by side, and we're through. We're through round the outside of Weber.
Good job.
Just about managed that. It was a good move. It sort of came out of nowhere. Well, guys, I think I'm going to make an executive decision, and almost halfway through this Grand Prix, absolutely nothing is happening. So I think what I'm going to do is simulate the rest of the session now. Can we do that? Actually, we might not be able to do that anymore, which is sad. I thought that you could just simulate the rest of the session. That's really annoying. Well, never mind. We're just going to have to be bored to tears for the rest of this Grand Prix. Well, I think what I'm going to do instead is just retire. Because I just don't see what we gain out of this. You guys don't get to see anything. I'm stuck in 18th place in the Grand Prix, and it's just not fun. So I am just going to retire from the session and move on from this Grand Prix. I just didn't enjoy that at all in the wet. And yeah, I'm sure you guys will understand. I mean, you wouldn't have seen anything for the rest of the Grand Prix anyway, so.
Really pulled it out of the bag today. It's a great win. Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
Rain always has the potential to liven up a race and mix up the order, and they've taken full advantage of that to claim the victory today. It's always a bit of a lottery when the conditions are like this, but they've managed to stay on circuit and have come out on top.
Here come our winners now. A thrilling race and a tremendous effort by Ferrari. Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again. And after this round of the World Championship, here's how things look in the drivers' table. With that brilliant result, Sebastian Vettel secures top spot in the Drivers' Championship. Let's focus on the driver of the day. Anthony Davidson, who do you pick?
It's got to be Lando Norris, hasn't it? Smooth, confident and assured. I've got no doubt that he and his team are going to be over the moon with his performance today.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors'.
Well, we'll just continue on. I mean, barely anybody moved from their grid position. That's the problem with MONACO, and in the wet, even less.
Let's have your take. That crash looked pretty serious. Can you walk me through what happened? You had a bit of contact today. Who was at fault there? It was more like dodgems than Formula One today, wasn't it? The weather was miserable today, but do you feel this was an advantage for you? Appreciate your time.
So there we have it then. MONACO weekend is over, and I can't be happier to say that, to be honest. Wet MONACO is the worst. It really is. Certainly on understeer city with the Williams car, and it was just awful, absolutely awful. But I mean, amazingly enough, we still are leading the rivalry with George, 1 point off winning that one, and then 13 apiece at the moment with ourselves and Devon Butler, which is fun. So moving on, we do get that extra 500 points, which is great.
Better race next time out, eh?
Rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get your name out there a bit.
We've got some more invitational events straight away, which is interesting. But yeah, we've got Canada coming up next, which I think, it's my favourite track. Hopefully it'll be a much better episode. But if you have enjoyed this anyway, please leave a like down below. really does mean a lot for me. It helps out the channel as well. And yeah, subscribe to the channel for regular F1 content. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.